Cuckoo was directed by Tillman Singer and stars Hunter Schafer, Dan Stevens, and Jessica Henwick, and is a movie that's going to be out in theaters very, very soon. In this movie, you follow Gretchen, played by Schafer, who has moved with her family to the Alps at this resort in order to help it and, to stay there for a while. As they're staying there, weird things start to happen that are a bit unexplained, including meeting some very strange people along the way, and eventually stuff starts to happen, and that's all I'm really gonna say, because I don't want to give too many details away about the movie. In fact, the marketing has been pretty sparse about it, and so I'm gonna try and do the same with that. This is not the first neon movie to have sparse marketing. Very recently, Longlegs also really hid a lot from its promotional material in order for you to get a very interesting experience when you watch it the first time. And I think that's the best way to approach Cuckoo as well. I feel like the less you know about it going in, the better. I myself went in totally blind. I had no idea what it was about. I didn't even see the trailers. I walked in so oblivious to everything that's been around it and just got to see the entire thing at once. And I actually did get a very interesting experience. This is a very strange and bizarre movie, and it does some very unexpected things that I did not see coming. And it kept me on the edge of my seat pretty much the entire time. I was very curious to see how things would play out. And it's something that takes a while to eventually get to. The movie doesn't give you direct answers right away. In fact, you'll find that certain things don't make sense until much closer to the finale, so it definitely does play the long game over there. But it makes for intriguing viewing nonetheless, and you get to see some really great craftsmanship during that time, particularly when it comes to the direction. I think Tillman Singer does a really, really good job of making this seem as tense and weird as possible, but also just letting you into the unsettling nature of everything going on at this resort. Things aren't what they seem, people aren't what they seem like, and the visuals that are captured along with it are gorgeous. There's some excellent cinematography here across the board. On a technical level, actually, this movie is fantastic. The sound design is incredible. Very loud and visceral in a lot of ways, and not like in ways that are jump scares, but just in how they're able to convey certain feelings. This is a very big movie in that sense, and if you get a chance to see it in theaters, I feel like you want to go to a place where the speakers are definitely turned up for this one. And it also leads to some great performances at the helm of it, particularly Hunter Schafer, who I've been seeing in work since Euphoria Season 1. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that, but I remember watching that and thinking, keep an eye on her. I feel like there's going to be a point where you start to see her in a lot of stuff because she's really, really good over here. And I'm glad that that has sort of come to fruition because she's been in a bunch of projects since then. Most recently, she was also in the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and she's fantastic over here. And in this movie, Gretchen is someone who is dealing with something that has recently happened with her personally, and she's trying to get over that. And just the idea of processing that while also processing everything else that's going on around her is really well conveyed. It leads to some really great scenes, and she's excellent in those scenes. And she's easily one of the best parts of the entire movie. And complementing that is a very fun performance from Dan Stevens, who between this, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, and Abigail is having the wildest year. This guy is having so much fun right now, and this is another role where he's absolutely having a ball. You can tell that every day he came to set for this, he just wanted to have a good time, and he did. He plays a very bizarre character. And again, it's one of those things I can't really talk about because I don't want to give anything away, but he's a very interesting presence in the movie. The two of them work off of each other quite nicely. There is an amalgamation of genres at play over here. At times it's a thriller, at times it's a mystery, at times it's a horror movie, at times it's a sci-fi movie. There's so many different things going on, and all of those come together in some very interesting ways, and it leads to some really great sequences as well, including a very crazy final act, which I I, again, can't really talk about that, but that was a blast to watch. It does, however, lead to some issues in the way getting there, though, when it really does come to some of the storytelling. While it does hit some of the emotional character beats, especially with Gretchen and her destabilizing family dynamic that's in play over here, at the same time, there are things that are set up with said dynamic, as well as everything that's going on at the resort, which can feel a little bit laid to the wayside. There are certain things that don't really add up much, and some things we don't really ever get answers to. And eventually, even as the movie is about to come to a close, it feels like some questions are left up in the air. To the point that, you can actually make some jokes about it. My friend made a joke at one point of time, which I can't say to you guys because it spoils something, but that's kind of how it felt. But at the end of the day, it is something that does come up a few times where it does feel like not all of it does manage to come together. And these are things that unfortunately make the movie suffer a little bit. Those things I feel like could have been a lot better. So I think on a storytelling level, it could have been a lot stronger. There's definitely a better focus that it could have had when it came to certain plot beats and subplots, especially when it comes to the reveals of stuff that that is going on over there. Some stuff feels a little convoluted in terms of how it wants to put it together. But at the end of the day, once the movie was over, I had a good time watching it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And I want to see it with a crowd. I want to see what the reactions are going to be, and so I'm looking forward to that. And I hope that you guys enjoy the movie and you get to have a great experience with it as well. I think it's a very entertaining movie. I think it's a very interesting movie. Is it going to work for everyone? Probably not, but it's an interesting watch. That is something that is definite for sure. And so with that in mind, I'm going to give Cuckoo a 7.5 out of 10. For now. I think there is an opportunity for this movie to be better in repeat viewing. Maybe not, but I definitely see the potential for, noticing things a little bit more on the next watch and going, oh yeah, that works a lot better now. I'm just curious to see how those are going to play out. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey recently. It's really great to have so many of you over here. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe. Thank you once again. And I'll see you guys at the movies.